Hey, welcome World Entertainment and Disclosure Day. The new Steven Spielberg Alien movie is on its way, and the first reactions are in for it. Now, I'm going to assume that they're the social reactions. There's also a new trailer. I can't play the trailer because it's Universal and they hit you something terrible, but I will have it up. We will take a look and kind of skim through bits and pieces. It's a weird trailer. It's one of those kind of half featurette, half trailer where it is the trailer, but Steven Spielberg is injected in there and kind of explaining the idea behind the movie at the same time, which is weird. The trailer is weird as well. I'm still not sold on this movie at all. I'm really not. And, like, you can see there where it's saying, like, oh, Disclosure Day. First reactions hail sci-fi thriller as Steven Spielberg's best movie in 20 years. Except the problem right there is some of these reviews I'm looking at are already mixed and saying no it isn't. So they're not saying it's bad. I haven't seen one yet that says it's bad, but it's the trailers have not got me on board. I think the trailers are just this very confusing, like what the hell are we looking at? Like the trailer, this is like what is on the last trailer, and it is just this kind of like, what is exactly happening? Like, we get by the end of the trailer, we find out this. So, when I saw this, I was like, it reminds me a bit of Knowing. Remember the Nick Cage movie? Where, of course, the animals weren't standing in there like that, but there was a few scenes with thing, and there you can see, like, Spielberg shows up in the trailer. And he's breaking down, and he says this is the first real kind of time he's made a movie since Closer Encounters where he actually believes the idea that we're not alone. So he's basically saying when he made Close Encounters of the Third Kind, he wasn't really sold on the idea that we weren't alone in the universe, and now he's pretty sure that we're not alone. So there's lots of the stuff that shows up in the trailer is the stuff we've already seen before. Yeah, we get to see a lot more of these ships, and they end up being quite strange. I thought this girl, see the way the room is kind of curved. Everything else we've seen seemed to be like in a normal house, and then when I saw this, I was like, is she in a cell or something? And the way that is, the window there and the picture of Jesus at the back, you were starting thinking, like, is she in like a church or something? Even the bed, and yet it still kind of plays off like it's when they're at home. So I don't know. As you can see, like, a lot of it is still just the stuff we've seen, and I'll come back to that, but this is where we kind of get to some of the reviews where they're really kind of somewhat really praising parts of it, at least. So, like, the first one here, Disclosure Day is like E.T. and Lost in one. Now, that's weird to think and describe it that way. Think E.T. and Lost. Which part of Lost? The part people liked or the part people turned against the show? So Steven Spielberg is all in on engaging mystery and some astounding bits of cinema work. Emily Blunt is exhaustingly good. Coleman Domingo stands out. It's a mysterious, tense thriller that largely gives what it promises. Good movie. So that's an interesting way to end it, where he's like praising it at the beginning, but then says like it largely gives you what it promises. So that sounds like it kind of leans heavily into aliens and alien invasions and stuff like that. And it's not really going to give you that. And then he just ends saying, good movie. Not great movie, good movie. Then this one happens. I regret to inform you that Disclosure Day is not the best Spielberg movie in 20 years or whatever people have been saying. But it is quite good. Beneath a mess of half-baked ideas and plot lines, the bones of classic Spielberg sci-fi are still strong enough to deliver a good romp. Now that one is going to be concerning. Because when they're saying it's just a mess and like the ideas and stuff are just all over. If the trailer is one of those for like with me for you where it's not catching you, it's not giving you what you want. It's just like you were told Spielberg's coming back with an alien movie, and then that first trailer and there was no aliens, there was just Emily Blunt doing that scene with the weird noises. Like, the hell is this? To be told then that like, yeah, it's a bit of a mess of just like these weird ideas that are kind of just there. That's not good. But the next one says, Disclosure Day is top tier Spielberg and exhilarating as Raiders. But, oh yeah, dude, oh my god, you've just put your foot in it there. To try and compare something like this in 2026 to Raiders of the Lost Ark? Yeah. But with an emotional texture and increased ambition for a post 9/11 work. What? What a weird statement. Right from the opening, Spielberg lays down the gauntlet and reminds you that he does this stuff better than anybody in the history of film. Okay. That was a weird one, actually, the way they described that. I can't remember the last time I loved a Spielberg movie as much as Disclosure Day. Thrilling, funny, deeply emotional, and impeccably acted. Emily Blunt in particular is astounding. Full of mystery and wonder, it proves that nobody does it quite like Spielberg. Just great. There's the first really positive one. That is the first one that's really come out and said that it's a great movie and it's a great Spielberg movie. So, to find that interesting that it's that far down. It's interesting that it says funny. I wasn't expecting that. The one element that's starting to crop up, though, you've noticed, is emotional. They're going for this emotional shit again. So, is this not the same one that's here? It is. Why is it in there twice? So good he said it twice, huh? This guy hated. What was the movie that just came out that he ripped apart? I can't remember now. He said, was it Animal Farm? I think it was Animal Farm. I love Disclosure Day, a dense roller coaster ride blending chase film, love story, and mystery, all wrapped in sci-fi wonder. It's Spielberg's best film in 20 years, filled with all the magic that makes his films so special, plus an all-time character performance by Emily Blunt. So Emily Blunt is getting absolutely praised for this. You notice though, each one that says what the movie is filled with changes. So he says, like, it's a chase film, it's a love story, it's a mystery. And the other ones are like, it's funny, it's this, it's thrilling, it's lost, it's that. It's interesting. Oh, Weintraub, here we go. Frost, or Frosty, whatever the fuck he's called from Collider. In a shock to absolutely no one, Steven Spielberg has delivered another towering home run with Disclosure Day. I'd like to ask Steven Weintraub then, what was the last big home run Spielberg put out? Because I'm pretty sure the last movie he did before this was West Side Story. But he continued, I could go on and on about what I loved, but I was lucky enough to see the movie knowing almost nothing. And I strongly recommend you do the same. Stop watching the trailers, I'm assuming. Well, it's okay, Weintraub, because the trailers show you fucking nothing. You clown. So, like, and the rest of them, they kind of just go on and on a bit, where they're, like, some of them are saying it's fantastic, some of them are saying it's good, but it's not great, and they're all kind of saying the same type of thing. Oh, it's got emotional beats, and they're still saying, like, oh, it's some of Spielberg's best, and others are saying, it's Spielberg doing what Spielberg does, and yet they're still saying it's a bit... Didn't realise Wyatt Russell was in this. That's the first time I'm pretty sure I've seen that Wyatt Russell was in this. There does seem to be a little bit more of Emily Blunt in this trailer. All of this stuff then. And Spielberg is talking about the idea that... See what I mean? Like, so much of the trailer is what we've seen before. Except this. This starts getting a bit new. Where Spielberg is talking about the idea of actual disclosure. That the world actually deserves and needs to be given actual disclosure. And here's the thing with the animals. So we've seen all of this stuff. Not this them talking with Emily Blunt. There's a little girl. And, by the way, this stuff starts making me feel like it's knowing again, because it's taking the kids. It's seemingly taking the kids. And if you remember, or if you've ever seen the movie, I suppose big spoiler if you've never seen Knowing and you want to see it, the Nick Cage movie. Big spoiler, the aliens come down and take the kids so humanity can survive. And you're getting the kids in this. So again, this is where you, but look, it's an alien hand. Woo! But what I said about the animal, and that's Spielberg talking about it. See, the ships seem to be these weird kind of shapes. And yet when we see that clip earlier, when it's coming through the cloud, it seems to be like round. Which I find strange. Oh, by the way, these kids are together. And then it turns out that these two knew each other. They grew up together. And it's like, are there their kids that are being brought back together? Or the kids we seeing, were they them? They're just saying, yeah, here's the thing. There's the deer. And then the camera panned around to the other eye. And it zoomed out. They're actually the aliens. That's right. The animals are actually the aliens. So that scene, where is it? Somewhere. Where is it gone? Where Emily Blunt is, that scene there, which we've seen, where it goes from her to Emily Blunt. I'm questioning now, like, is that actually one of the aliens? Because if the alien back here is actually one of the animals with the kids, but they're actually the aliens, and that's where the trailer ends. When does this actually come out? June 12th. So that is the movie. So the first reactions to it seem to be very mixed. You know, they're saying, oh, it's praising as the best Spielberg movie, and yet when you look at the reviews, no, it's very mixed. None outright saying it's a disaster and it's a failure for Spielberg again, but it's definitely a mixed bag. But the reviews, this trailer, it's still not catching me. It's still not making me go, I need to see this movie. It just has me kind of going, it looks like it's just one of these mystery box messes. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Have you watched this trailer fully through, and what did you think of this version of the trailer? What do you think about all the trailers and this movie in general? Are you actually looking forward to it? Or does it at least pique your interest? Let me know. So, and with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I shall catch you in the next one.